What happened to the Izzy? I believe is the gentleman's name.
He was a bodyguard for Busta Rhymes back in the day. Izzy used to work for me.
Okay.
Izzy worked for me, but he worked for some other people too. I know Izzy well. He was at an event where there was a video shoot up and there was a shootout.
How long has it been like this known about Busta Rhymes?
Well, I knew about this like in 2012. I knew about this in 2012.
How can we think nobody else speaks up on it or says anything?
Because, bro, these people admire these people so much. They want to make sure they in the section, they at the club, they at the video shoot, they can get backstage. That matters most to them. That matters so much to people. It's crazy. Like, but if you notice, like, it's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being girls. This girl touched him one time, he go crazy, throw a drink on her and everything. See what I'm saying? Like, what? Why you getting mad at females? You go to these guys, they in the club, go to their section. It's all men in the section. That ain't weird to nobody. I'm going to the bar, sorry. Text me if it get dangerous. But there's all this club security in here, like nothing's finna happen. Nobody wanna you guys, bro. Like, when I get jobs from people who really got a threat on their life,
Busta Rhymes' past is coming back hard, and this time it's serious. He can't avoid it or ignore it anymore. 2 of his bodyguards have died. Not disappeared, not retired, but actually dead. And the silence surrounding how they died is louder than any song Busta has ever made.
What the ever try to phone me? Hit you with no delay, so what you saying, yo? Silly with that 9 milli, what the dilly, yo?
This wasn't some random street fight. And no, it wasn't just a weird accident either. If you still think it's just bad luck, get ready, because the real story hits hard. Behind all the fame, flashy jewelry, and wild performances, there's a dark side that's been building for years. Everybody knows Busta has a temper. The news stories, the angry outbursts, the broken mics. But what people don't talk about is much worse. There are quiet rumors of real intimidation, sudden violent outbursts, and stories that never made the blogs. Stories that sound more like threats than just someone having a bad day. And guess what?
What happened to the Izzy? I believe is the gentleman's name.
He was a bodyguard for Busta Rhymes back in the day. Izzy used to work for me.
Okay.
Izzy worked for me, but he worked for some other people too. I know Izzy well. He was at an event where there was a video shoot up and there was a shootout. And eventually he got caught in the middle of the gunfire, you know?
And he was the only one to get
He was the only one that got
He kind of gave his life to save Busta.
In a way, yeah, I would say.
And that's not even the craziest part. Because now people are whispering that those 2 bodyguards might have been silenced for knowing too much. If that's true, then Busta isn't just in trouble. He could be in serious danger.
I mean, at least why has it been so complicated to close that case?
Because of the people that were involved. And you have high-profile rappers that were involved in a dispute where a person got shot, and there's other celebrities at this event that would have to be brought into court. And to be honest with you, I know a lot about that. I know more probably than anybody about what happened. However, it's been stalemate for many years. It's a tough case because a lot of people are going to have to be brought in. And it's going to have to be done by the government. It can't be done by a state.
This isn't about chasing rumors or trying to get attention. It's about patterns, power, and 2 deaths that left more questions than answers. And all those questions, they lead straight back to Busta Rhymes. It's time to open the vault on the darkest parts of his story. This isn't hiding in the shadows anymore. It's coming into the spotlight. Let's dive into the mystery of the 2 men who died while protecting Busta, and the one question no one seems brave enough to ask.
they call them fun boys. They say we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad. Like, what? Pulled him to the section, like through the rope, and tucked him off in the corner. So I'm looking like, well, he ain't come with us.
Here's what we do know. These weren't just any bodyguards. They were Busta's right-hand men. The ones paid to protect him, stand by him, even take a hit for him if they had to. And now, both of them are gone, under some seriously suspicious circumstances. But here's the shocking part. No one really looked into it. No deep investigations, no follow-ups, just silence. And now, years later, people who were too scared to speak are finally starting to talk. The truth has been buried until now.
Somebody grabs my hand, just softly put their hand in my hand and just holding it. So I look, and I see this big chain that said flip mode. I look up and it's Busta Rhymes.
Flashback to 2008, Jermaine Black Williams, one of Busta Rhymes' longtime bodyguards, was reported missing. But just a few hours later, he was found dead in Ozone Park, Queens. According to the police report, he had been shot multiple times and left wrapped in a sheet. Blood was found in his SUV. But here's the kicker. No suspects, no arrests, just more silence. At the time, Busta was overseas in Europe. But don't get it twisted. Jermaine wasn't just some renegade off Craigslist. He stood by Busta for over 8 years, nearly a decade of taking bullets, shutting down threats, and seeing who Busta really was when the cameras were off. Every secret, every shady move, every off-the-record moment. Jermaine saw it all. And yet, when he was murdered, Busta said nothing. No public statement. No show of sympathy. Not even a mention of the 2 kids Jermaine left behind. Just cold silence. Now rewind the tape back to February 2006. Another man from Busta's inner circle ends up dead.
I've seen you talking about Busta Rhymes before
Oh yeah.
in some of your videos.
Oh yeah. Super zest monster. For sure, bro. That's my thing, bro. Like, this been common knowledge though. Like, all my promoter homies would always say, man, we gotta bring some we gotta bring some, what they call them, I'm not gonna say it on here. They call them fun boys. They say we gotta have the fun boys in the section for Busta. Cause I bodyguarded for Ghostface before. You feel me? And being around him, you hear things. You feel me? I'm like, damn. And my auntie like the biggest Busta Rhymes fan. You feel me? Like, every cookout she playing it. All his little fast rapping, all of that, him and Craig Mack playing.
His name was Israel Ramirez, and he wasn't new to this. He had Busta's back for over 10 years. That's not just loyalty, that's family. But even being like family didn't protect him from whatever was going on behind the scenes. During the filming of the Touch It remix video in New York, things went left fast. Witnesses say a fight broke out among fans. It got loud, messy, and out of control. And right in the middle of that chaos, Israel Ramirez was shot on set in front of everybody. No other injuries. No random bystanders hit. Just Israel. Now you tell me, how's that not sound like a setup? Like someone knew exactly who they were aiming for. Whispers started spreading that Israel knew too much, and it cost him everything. But here's the part that really gives you chills. The NYPD stepped in, tried to figure out who pulled the trigger. And when they turned to Busta for help,
I don't really like to speak on situations that I'm not well versed in, and that's not really my situation. You know what I'm saying? But I wish the best for everyone involved. God bless everyone involved. And, I think that we should all kind of be a little more mindful of how much we speak on other things when it's as sensitive as...
He shut everything down. No one testified. No one gave any information, nothing. The public was furious, and rightfully so, because this man had risked his life for Busta, showing over 10 years of loyalty. When it was time for justice to speak up, Busta kept silent, cold and harsh silence. Then, 5 months later, when he finally talked, he didn't bring any closure or honor Ramirez, nor did he try to ease the pain of his grieving family. He only spoke to defend himself and explain why he had stayed quiet in the first place.
Bro, on my soul, I'm out with a group of people. At this time, I was with Don Benjamin. You familiar with him?
No, never heard of him.
Model dude, like a model guy. He be doing like some rapping and stuff. His name Don Benjamin. I'm out with Don Benjamin. And the club we ended up going to, Busta Rhymes in there. So it was a little lawyer guy that was with us. And the little lawyer guy we was with, he was a gay dude, super cool, feel me, good guy. Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad Like, what? Pulled him to the section, like through the rope, and tucked him off in the corner. So I'm looking like, well, he ain't come with us. But I know he was in the little group. So if I go out with somebody, like a group of people, I try to make sure everybody get there together and leave together. No, he stayed with them. He stayed in there with them, bro. For sure, bro. You ain't never heard about this before, have you? Bro, that's common knowledge, bro. If you in the mix, bro. If you in the mix, like I've been in the mix, you know this.
Let's be real. Two men, both personally hired by Busta, both dead under shady, unresolved circumstances. You really think that's just bad luck? That's not coincidence. That's a pattern hiding in plain sight. Even early police reports try to play it off, calling the two deaths unrelated. But people weren't buying it then, and they're definitely not buying it now. The whispers have turned into full-on shouts. So why now? Why are people finally stepping out of the shadows and naming names? To understand that, you gotta see just how deep Busta's double life really runs. The walls are closing in, and the truth is leaking out. And we're not just talking street-level drama anymore. The next names? They're gonna shock you. Celebrities you'd never expect are tangled in this mess. And right in the middle of it all, Diddy. Allegedly, Busta wasn't just caught between two worlds. He was living both. So deep insiders say, he'd rather silence someone than risk being exposed. And now that Diddy's been arrested, the dominoes are falling. Fast. The secrets are pouring out. And according to those on the inside, the worst is still to come.
So, I hear somebody say, oh, he's cute, I want him. So when I heard that, I turned around like, man, did he just say that? He got all this jewelry to attract some men in here? You wild. Shocked me. But sure enough.
And that was the guy that Busta Rhymes pulled back?
Pulled him into the section. And then they walled him off like this man. I'm like, damn. And that little dude was so happy. He couldn't believe that. He was shocked. But man, you asked, bro.
You already know 50 Cent has been going all in on exposing Diddy. But now the web is spreading wider, and word on the street is that Busta Rhymes might be next. Here's where things get real messy. Talk around the industry is that Busta's been getting a lot more attention lately, but not for his music. Let's just say people are claiming he's been caught in some scenes far off the stage, and now he's heated. We're talking full meltdown mode. Allegedly, Busta's freaking out over some explosive footage tied to 50 Cent's upcoming Diddy documentary. And if the rumors are true, it's not looking good for him. Sources say Busta's been on those secret guest lists for years, those exclusive, invite-only FO parties, surrounded by secrecy and silence. But here's the part that's got him sweating. Insiders say there's actual video evidence showing Busta in the thick of it. No denials, no alibis, just raw, recorded proof side by side with Diddy himself. And that's just the beginning. A while back, one of Busta's former bodyguards, known on the streets as Big Homie CC, dropped some serious tea that left people shocked. He claimed Busta's been living a double life for years, and that what people see in public is only half the story. According to him, the other half? It's been loud behind closed doors, and it's definitely not a secret anymore.
How long has it been like this known about Busta Rhymes?
Well, I knew about this like in 2012. I knew about this in 2012.
How can we think nobody else speaks up on it or says anything?
Because, bro, these people admire these people so much. They want to make sure they in the section, they at the club, they at the video shoot, they can get backstage. That matter most to them. That matters so much to people. It's crazy. Like, but if you notice, like, there's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being girls. This girl touched him one time, he go crazy, throw a drink on her and everything. See what I'm saying? Like, what? Why you getting mad at females? You go to these guys, they in the club, go to their section. It's all men in the section. That ain't weird to nobody. I'm going to the bar, sorry. Text me if it get dangerous. But there's all this club security in here, like nothing's finna happen. Nobody wanna guys, bro. Like, when I get jobs from people who really got it from their life.
Apparently, the club promoters already knew what time it was. Whenever Busta pulled up, they made sure the VIP section was packed. But not just with fans or groupies, no. It was a very specific kind of crowd. And now, the streets are buzzing that 50 Cent has the receipts to back it up. Word is 50 got his hands on actual footage. Yeah, video from one of Diddy's infamous parties. And guess who's allegedly caught right in the middle of a no rules, anything goes scene? Busta Rhymes and Diddy, surrounded by several men who insiders say were paid for the night. It's wild. It's graphic. And if this footage drops, it's gonna blow the internet apart.
But man, you ask, bro, anybody that's in the mix, bro, like, you know, bro, most of these dudes, bro, putting on a major act. They don't want to be themselves.
It's crazy.
They'll get mad at you for buying bottles of champagne to get the girls. They'll get mad, oh, we don't want these bottle rats in our section. What are we here for? Why are y'all here then? What are y'all here for? Just because y'all got booked to be here, okay, but sometimes they not booked. They just in there. So, and what they looking for, it ain't gonna be what you thinking of, on God. See.
But it's not just a party tape. Things are spiraling even further. Several men have now come forward, claiming Busta made some seriously uncomfortable moves on them, according to their stories. Every time they crossed paths with him, he hit them with that let's party vibe. But it wasn't your typical hangout. They say it was that Diddy-level invite, the kind with strings attached. And now that 50 Cent working behind the scenes on a Netflix documentary already being hyped as Surviving Diddy 2.0, Busta's threats and behind-the-scenes scrambling aren't slowing anything down. If anything, he just secured more airtime, with Busta Rhymes right back in the hot seat. You already know 50 isn't about to sit this one out. He's going all in. Cameras rolling, receipts loaded. Silence? Not when 50 Cent's involved. One thing's for sure, if you ever beef with 50, it's for life. No truce, no timeouts, just straight pressure. And when 50 wants payback, even the devil pulls out a notepad to take notes. So when it comes to his history with Busta Rhymes, oh yeah, that feud runs deep. These two have clashed for years, and now 50's having an absolute field day dragging Busta into the spotlight like this. Right before they were supposed to hit the stage together at the Humor and Harmony Fest, 50 couldn't help himself. He jumped on Instagram and fired the first shot. He poked fun at Busta's iconic and kind of unforgettable, bright yellow outfit from the 1999 VMAs. You know the one, the wild fit that still pops up in memes to this day.
I'm walking, New York City, going to a club. It was Halloween weekend, everybody was out. And it was this party we was going to, me, my boy, and his friend that had came in from Detroit. And I'm walking across the street and Busta Rhymes just grabbed my hand. And he holding my hand. Now, I ain't know it was Busta at first. Busta Rhymes tall. I'm sure I came up to about right here. So the first thing I noticed was this big ass flip mode chain that was blinding me. So I look at the chain and I look up, I'm like, oh, what's up, Busta? What's up? Now he holding my hand the whole time. I'm like, what's up, man? He like, what you doing? And I was like, oh, me and my people, we about to go to this club around the corner. What's up, man? And then I noticed throughout my peripheral vision, the side eye, this big bodyguard in black. Just standing there, looking around, looked at me, still.
50 told Busta straight up, don't you dare show up in that again. He joked, I don't care if it's designer. Pull up looking fly, not fried, and roasted him hard. But of course, Busta wasn't about to stay quiet. He clapped back with an AI-generated picture of 50 looking hella questionable and added a caption that had fans cracking up, the blessings don't stop, so we ain't never gonna stop. Then he threw in a final jab. But hold up, I thought it was Father's Day, Fifth. You out here looking like this. The tension was thick, even with the jokes flying. By the time they hit Shreveport, the clowning between 50 Cent and Busta was loud, bold, and full of smoke. But underneath all that comedy, fans could feel the heat. It wasn't just banter anymore. 50 knew it. Busta knew it. They were locked in as straight-up enemies now. But wait, it gets even deeper.
He says, you know, I'm about to go in this club. You know, we got a section. You know, you can come in with me if you want. And I'm like, word, for real? Like, that's what's up. Like, he was like, yeah. I was like, well, I gotta, you know, tell my people. I was like, I come in. You know what I'm saying? He was like, okay, just let me know, you know, tell them that you coming in there to meet with me and come on up. And I was like, bet. So, of course, I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? Busta Rhymes is one of my favorite artists of all time. And back then, I was really on my...
Back to big homie Double C, the former bodyguard who's been dropping bombshells like it's nothing. He didn't just toss out a rumor. He confirmed what insiders in the nightlife scene had apparently known for years. According to him, Busta had a very specific vibe, and everyone in the club world knew the assignment. If Busta was on the guest list, club promoters made sure everything was lined up, bottle service, tight security, and a hand-picked selection of fine men in the VIP. That's just how it went. And according to Big Homie, it wasn't even subtle, it was routine. Then he hit fans with one wild story that had people doing double takes. One night, model and reality star Don Benjamin was in the building, hanging with a close friend who was openly out. The moment Busta spotted him, game over. Big Homie says Busta moved fast, zoned in, and stormed the crowd, snatching the guy straight into VIP like he was completing a mission. Once he had him inside, there was no leaving. Busta stayed close the entire night, hovering, hyping him up, dropping compliments, calling him cute, nonstop. And just when you thought things couldn't get messier, boom, Big Homie CC cranks it up another level. According to him, Busta's type hasn't been a secret behind the scenes. The industry folks, they've been new.
Love. We made love.
Who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you see Busta in the airport too. That motherfucker tried to act like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
And what's that name? Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Usher. Usher's an Usher. And
why you not naming no?
I'm telling you, bro, it's my dad's friends. My dad sent his baddest friends on me.
Who's your dad?
Lucy.
This wasn't new info in the right circles. So why did anyone ever put Busta on blast before? Big Homie kept it real. People don't want to burn bridges. That VIP access, that clout, that cosign. Too many folks are chasing fame to risk calling out the truth. They'd rather play the game than speak up, even if they know what's really going down. But then came the real bombshell, and it caught everybody off guard. Big Homie hinted that Busta's issues with women might run way deeper than just random anger or mood swings. Allegedly, it's not just about temper. It could be connected to hidden resentment. See, like a lot of men living a double life, that bottled up frustration doesn't stay quiet forever. It leaks out, sometimes in ways that are toxic, harmful, and straight up dangerous. And if that's true, then the outbursts, the shady headlines, the disrespect, they might just be symptoms of something way darker. Told y'all, the deeper we dig, the uglier it gets. And if you think this is just one ex-bodyguard trying to go viral, think again. The silence is breaking. The floodgates are open. More voices, more stories, more receipts. Let's rewind real quick back to 2020, when social media personality Trip dropped a little truth bomb of his own. Trip, also known as Alley, hit YouTube with a wild one, and it had people shook. He claimed Busta Rhymes tried to scoop him one night in New York while he was just trying to hit up a regular Halloween party. What started as a chill night turned into something way different. At first, Trip didn't think much of it. Busta invited him to the VIP section, and Tripp figured it was just a casual club hangout, nothing too deep. But according to him, the energy was off from the jump, before they even made it to the party. Tripp got into it with his homeboy, who definitely wasn't feeling the idea of partying with Busta. Things escalated quickly, from side eyes to a full-blown argument, and next thing you know, fists were flying in the middle of New York City. Straight chaos. Tripp ended up canceling the whole plan, and found himself stranded in the city alone. But looking back, he says that might have been a blessing in disguise, because who really knows what had gone down in that VIP section that night? Then came 2021, and the whispers fired up all over again. Word on the street was that Busta was still out here, allegedly making moves on dudes. And this time, the stories were even messier.
Documentary comes out called Quiet on Set.
I never had to work for Nickelodeon. I work for Disney. We don't do those things.
Oh man, not the exhale.
Well, shout out to Nick Cannon. I won't do his money like that. What I will do is I'll say that the owner of Nickelodeon is Jeffrey Epstein, the guy that they've been trying to follow. And okay, now look at the characteristics of everything they said, and then look at everything that he did. I'm not gonna do that to Nick's money though. That's my brother. Like, I'm not doing.
When paparazzi allegedly caught Busta leaving a Pride event with a trans woman, oh, the plot thickened real quick. Just when you thought the story couldn't get any messier, Orlando Brown popped back onto the scene and dropped another one of his signature bombshells. This time, he wasn't just throwing Diddy's name around. He dragged Busta Rhymes right into the mess too. Orlando claimed he's had moments with multiple industry heavyweights, Busta included. Now, let's keep it real. Orlando's known for saying some wild, off-the-wall stuff, and a lot of people usually brush him off. But lately, he's been sounding a lot more grounded in his interviews. If you really listen close, some of the things he's saying line up with whispers that have been floating around for years now. Whether Busta's living a double life or not, that's his personal business. But what can't be ignored is the long, messy trail he's been dragging behind him for decades. Let's spin it back real quick to 2006. Busta was already catching heat. Prosecutors were ready to hit him with a weapons charge after some wild sidewalk run-in. And get this, according to Billboard, when they checked his car, he had a whole machete-riding shotgun. A machete, y'all, like he was prepping for jungle warfare, not a concert. And it didn't stop there. By 2007, Busta was back in the headlines, this time for allegedly putting hands on his own driver over a money beef. That drama ended with him pleading guilty and getting slapped with 3 years of probation. But hold up, it gets even wilder. Back in 2009, the New York Post put Busta on blast after a fan came forward with a lawsuit demanding $75,000, saying he got jumped at one of Busta's shows, all because he tried to leave early. Yeah, you heard that right. Allegedly, the fan stood up mid-performance because the artist he came to see hadn't even hit the stage, and Busta snapped. According to the claims, he started yelling, hurling water bottles, and then...
I got to ask you, there has been so much going on in the music industry pertaining to Diddy. How closely are you paying attention to his case, the allegations?
I don't pay attention to none of it. I just kind of like to pay attention to the truth. I don't really like to speak on situations that I'm not well versed in, and that's not really my situation. You know what I'm saying? But I wish the best for everyone involved. God bless everyone involved. And, you know, I think that we should all kind of be a little more mindful of how much we speak on other things when it's as sensitive as this. People don't keep in mind the effect of what their opinion can have. And I think it's really, really important that we reserve our opinions until we understand what the undisputed truth is.
Have you had the chance to speak to Diddy?
I spoke to him a few times before, like, it got a little out of control. A lot of the times when people are going through things, you gotta respect the space and the privacy that they need to process how they're gonna deal with the things that they're going through. I just wanna see the right end result for everyone.
This part's crazy. Had one of the security guards socked the dude in the face like it was a WWE SmackDown. Like, what kind of ego flips out like that over someone walking out? Honestly, with Busta's history of snapping off, it's no surprise he and Diddy have been tight for so long. Hotheads gotta stick together, right? But trust, the whispers about their bond go way deeper than matching tempers. Word is, Busta and Diddy might also share a very specific taste when it comes to their inner circle, and that includes way younger men. And once the first wave of allegations hit Diddy, people immediately started giving Busta the heavy side eye. Because instead of distancing himself or even staying neutral, Busta came out with a PSA telling fans not to jump to conclusions and basically to mind their business. Like what, bro? People are speaking out about serious claims, multiple cases of misconduct, raids, lawsuits, even a whole indictment. And you're telling folks to stay quiet? That's not neutral. That's looking real defensive. Like Busta's really out here pretending he barely even knows Diddy. Stop it. Come on now. The streets are talking, and it's getting real loud because 50 Cent is cooking up that Tell-All Diddy documentary. And word is, Busta Rhymes' name is all up in it. And you already know, we are here for every second of it. Thing is, Busta used to be one of the first to side-eye those wild Diddy parties and play it cool, like he wasn't about that scene. But now that 50's diving deep and dropping names, best believe he's coming locked and loaded with receipts. Busta might want to strap in because this storm is aimed right at him. Now, let's be clear. 50 Cent may be wild and unfiltered on Instagram, but behind the scenes, he moves like a chess master, quiet, patient, calculated.
Do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy.
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated. So,
while folks were popping bottles in penthouse suites and losing themselves in that secret world, 50 was watching. He's been clocking everybody who got too cozy with Diddy, and he waited until the moment was perfect to drop the bomb. That moment is now. The doc 50's putting together is about to shake the entire music industry to its core. No filters, no mercy, just raw, brutal truth and names with evidence. According to insiders, Busta's involvement is deep, not some footnote, but front and center. And while there's no confirmed release date yet, one thing is locked in. G-Unit Films is behind this, and is officially headed to Netflix. To top it all off, the director behind 50 Cent's upcoming bombshell doc is reportedly none other than Emmy Award winner Alex Stapleton. So yeah, this ain't no low-budget YouTube drama. This is big league storytelling with powerhouse production behind it. Real receipts, real exposure, real heat. And according to sources close to Busta, he's already sweating bullets. The streets say he's been making a lot of calls behind the scenes, scrambling to get ahead of whatever's about to drop. Some even claim he tried to personally reach out to 50 and warn him to leave his name out of it. But like, have you met 50 Cent? That man lives for this type of pressure. If Busta really tried to shut it down, he might have just guaranteed us a whole season 2. So now the real question is, why is Busta panicking? If there's nothing to hide, why all the backdoor damage control? Why the silence around his bodyguards' mysterious deaths? Something's not adding up, and the whole world's about to find out. This saga, it's just getting started. So go ahead, drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think is really going on behind the scenes? And don't forget to subscribe, share, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next video. Trust me, it's about to get even crazier.